Hi everyone, I'm Lynn Festa and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share some foundational facts about the highly sensitive person, or as you'll hear me say, HSP. Now, if you're new to this trait, it will give you an introduction and an overview. And if you already identify as highly sensitive, think of this as a refresher and maybe even a little validation. All right, so let's jump in. The term highly sensitive person was first coined by Dr. Elaine Aron, who began to publicly discuss this trait in the early 1990s. So, yeah, it's been around a while, and published her groundbreaking book titled The Highly Sensitive Person: How to Thrive When the World Overwhelms You in 1996. Now, the 25th anniversary edition includes updated research and a new author's note. And honestly, it's still my go to book recommendation for anyone who wants to understand this trait, especially when you are new to learning about the highly sensitive person. Now, the formal name is called sensory processing sensitivity, and that is used when studying and writing evidence based articles. And it's not just a trendy label, it's a well researched temperament trait. There are hundreds of scientific articles published on sensory processing sensitivity. So if you're someone who loves digging into the research like me, I highly recommend visiting the website sensitivityresearch.com. It's a comprehensive evidence based website with the latest findings. Now, HSP is a trait, it is not a disorder. Let me say that again because it's important. Being highly sensitive is not a diagnosis. It's not something that needs to be fixed. It's a genetically influenced characteristic. It's like most traits, it exists on a continuum. It's not all or nothing. Some people fall higher on the sensitivity spectrum, others lower. Now, about 30% of the population is now considered highly sensitive. That's nearly 1 in 3 people. And it's equally distributed among men and women, which I think is such a relief to point out. Sensitivity is not gendered, it's human. Now, the other thing is sensitivity is not the same thing as shyness. Shyness is actually about fear that others won't like us or approve of us. It's a response to a social situation, and it's considered a learned behavior. So, sensitivity, on the other hand, is inherited. It's of how we deeply process information and stimuli. Now, a highly sensitive person may not be shy at all, but may have been labeled as shy when this is not accurate. This is actually a common theme I see among the people I work with sensitivity, and I actually experienced it myself. It was such a relief to figure out why this label didn't fit me at all. Which leads me to the next point I want to make. It's also not necessarily introversion. Introversion. Introversion refers to where you get your energy, typically from internal thoughts and quieter environments. And about 70% of HSPs do identify as introverts, which makes 30% extroverts. So, yes, you can absolutely be outgoing, social, and highly sensitive. Now, HSPs are deeply affected by their environment, including but not limited to lights, sounds, smells, textures, crowds, emotional tone in a room. We tend to process all of it. And we may not be aware of it initially. All we know is it's too whatever it is. We feel off. And there's something I emphasize. There is no classic highly sensitive person. No two HSPs are the same. Sensitivity shows up differently depending on personality, upbringing, culture, and life experience. Now, a lot of HSPs can be visionaries, artists, inventors, and deep thinkers. Because we process information so thoroughly, sometimes too much, we can often see connections others might miss. I also truly believe sensitivity can be a tremendous leadership strength. That empathy, the depth of processing, that's foresight. These are powerful qualities when we're supported well. Now, burnout is incredibly common among HSPs. This is something I see constantly in my coaching practice, and the evidence supports it. Highly sensitive people are more easily aroused by new or prolonged stimulation. Over time, that can lead to that exhaustion and overwhelm sooner than others might experience. So that's why awareness is key. We have to double down on understanding what drains us personally, not the other person. And equally important, what lights us up. Because when an HSP is aligned with the right environment and meaningful engagement, we don't just cope, we get to flourish. And I'll sneak in one more fact. Understanding this trait will change everything. When you understand that your nervous system is wired for depth, you stop labeling yourself as too much or too sensitive or too whatever. Instead, you start making intentional choices that support your wiring. So, I hope this gives you a helpful overview and maybe even a sense of relief. If you want to learn more, I'll be diving deeper into all of these topics in upcoming videos, so stay tuned. But I'm going to talk about burnout, boundaries, leadership, and how to truly thrive as a highly sensitive person. In the meantime, I encourage you to explore some trusted resources. hsperson.com, all one word, has a wealth of information, as well as sensitiveresearch.com, all one word, is the most comprehensive evidence based site available. So thank you so much for being here. If you have questions, please reach out. I love to hear from people, and I'm always happy to support you on this journey. If this video resonated with you, please feel free to like it, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. So I'll see you in the next one.